Hi guys and welcome to Zero Car Show. Today I'm driving a brand new car and this is the new Toyota RAV4. It's a car I've driven about 3 years ago for the first time as a press car, and there's been some changes. So how about we take this car for a drive all together and we talk a bit about the design changes, a bit about the interior, the technology, the specifications, and then I give you my own personal opinion on the car. How about we do that? So first of all, design-wise, there's been some major changes, and oh my god, the Toyota RAV4 has been going on for now over 20 years. It's a model that's been, proven by now. It's a reliable car, it's a tough little car, it can go off-road, it's a great city cruiser, get about or whatever. And now it also doesn't look boring anymore, because the car used to be a bit boring. Even the 2015 model which I had previously, I mean, it was fine, but it wasn't that good looking, at least in my opinion. This one, oh my god, Toyota took the RAV4 back to the drawing board and it's a success. They haven't overdone it. I think it's very angular, a bit more aggressive, and I really like it. I like the dual exhaust, these little details which completely change the aura of this car. But I don't like to talk too much about design because that's something very subjective, and I think you should be the ones, deciding for yourself if you like it, if you don't, if you prefer the old one or whatever. So I'll just, show you some images and you make up your mind because you're big boys and girls. So let's move on to the interior. First of all, I want to talk about practicality, because this car is a bit bigger and the RAV4 keeps on growing and growing every year, and right now I think it's about the perfect size for a family SUV. I mean, it's not really a compact SUV anymore, but it's not that big either, and you can really fit like 5 people in this car. I mean, 4 people and me, the driver, and no problem whatsoever. You'll have loads of room, knee space, leg space, headroom, whatever. There's just a bunch of room in this car. And of course this trend also applies to the trunk, which is humongous. You can fit so many stuff in it. I mean, you can see for yourself, there's loads and loads of space in the car. And not only space, I have to say this car is also fairly comfortable. It's pretty well insulated from the outside. The seats are comfortable in the front, in the back as well. And the fact that it's roomy and you get loads of light in the interior really contributes to a pleasant experience driving this car. Now let's talk a bit about the technology and the finishes, overall quality. I think Toyota has done a decent job. You have many soft touch materials a bit, everywhere in the car, especially everywhere when you need them. And that's obviously a very good thing. You do get some plastic, the center console, everything, but everything feels robust and sturdy, so I don't feel like, in a couple of years the plastic is gonna go bad and start crackling the car and everything. So I'm pretty confident in the build quality of this car, and I have light now, so you can see me in a tunnel, maybe even too much. Now the last thing is technology. So what about technology? Well, Toyota decided that they will give as standard lane assist, adaptive cruise control, blind spot assist, and all those new safety features which actually make your daily commutes so much more relaxing, because sometimes you're maybe busy doing something else, trying to grab a drink, or you just got a message. I don't recommend you use your phone while driving, but it can happen, and this car can prevent a collision and stuff like that, and I think that's very useful, and that's a neat feature to have as standard on a brand new car. A brand new car starting at 30,000 euros, so I think that's a good value for money over here. The infotainment system has been a bit revised, the touchscreen works a bit better, and everything's very intuitive and easy to use. I really like it. I think it's a good update. It's an honest update. You get everything you need and you can't really complain about the interior, because even though this car is not fully optioned out or premium package or whatever, I still think you get so much for your money. At this point it might start sounding like an ad, which is not. It's just that I'm really happy with the new RAV4, way more than I was with the previous one, which I got better optioned. This one is pretty basic, to be honest. I really think it's a great daily at this price point. And last thing, for the interior, you get loads of tiny, not really tiny, but actually pretty spacious storage compartments. You get cup holders, you get some place to store your phone, as well for the passenger above the glove box. So you get all these practical little spaces which you can really use on a daily basis. Now I think there's been enough said about the interior, so I propose let's move on to specifications. This car still comes with a 2.5 four-cylinder petrol engine paired with the hybrid system for a combined output of 218 horsepower. Yes, 218, that's not bad. Overall, that's almost 20 horsepower more than the previous generation, which is an improvement you can truly notice. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour will take you around 8 seconds, which is way faster than I expected it to be because, well, I'm not saying I did it, but let's say if it happens at a red light, you're next to a BMW 520d and you want to see, well, which is faster and if you can actually overtake it. Yes, you can. No problem whatsoever. Believe me, or don't, because, well, I maybe have tried it, maybe I haven't, but yes, you can. Point being, this is not a race car, this is a hybrid. So who says hybrid says fuel economy. So what about the fuel economy? I think this car, in my a bit aggressive hands and rough traffic in Brussels, I've managed to average 6.7 liters. Actually, it was varying between 6.5 and 6.7 a lot. I've done about 600 kilometers now. At the time of filming, I think on the screen you'll get 6.7. It's gone down since then to around 6.5, 6.6, but that's pretty much my average. I've seen in the computer of the car journalists who's done like around 4 and something or 5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is about what Toyota has said this car can do. I'm pretty confident on the fact that this car can do a way better fuel average with another driver and in different driving conditions. Because Brussels plus me driving, I don't think I can average the best this car can do. So that's just the truth. So I think with around 55 liters of petrol, that's what you get in this car, that's the tank capacity. I think you can do around 750 to 800 kilometers, no problem whatsoever. I've done 600 on 3/4, so I assume you can do on a quarter more around 150 to 200 kilometers more. Now let's move on to what I think personally about this car and how it felt to basically own it for a whole week. It's been good. It's been a very practical car, easy to drive in town, easy to park thanks to the cameras and sensors and everything. So overall there's no real complaints, because maybe if I were to buy it, I'd maybe add the heated seats and the leather on the inside because it just looks better and feels a bit more premium. Maybe a sunroof or the panoramic. Those are options you can also add on this car. This is not a 4-wheel drive. I forgot to mention that this is the 2-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. And well, I'd really rather have my RAV4 as an all-wheel drive rather than just front-wheel drive because it's a RAV4, but it still does the job pretty decently. So I don't really see a point in getting 4-wheel drive if you don't really need it or if you don't really use it. Again, that's just my opinion. The car does pack a punch when you need it, so it can out-accelerate most 2-liter diesel engines, no problem. It's quick enough, it's pretty agile, to be honest, way more agile than the previous generation. And overall, I think it's a great daily driver and a great family car. Plus, it's a Toyota, and I'm not a fanboy or anything. I can acknowledge when someone makes a great car or generally makes great cars. And Toyota does make reliable, solid cars. And you know, when they start fiddling with the design and they improve it and you get more options and everything adds up, that just adds up to a very pleasant, very interesting option to other cars such as the Volkswagen Tiguan or cars in that segment. Now I'd really like to conclude this video because I've kept you long enough talking about the RAV4. Yeah, that was a bit of acceleration, sorry. I'm in the tunnels and it's Brussels and it's midday and it's horrible. Anyways, I wish to thank you very much for watching. It's been a blast doing these reviews. And without you guys, it wouldn't have happened, because that's thanks to you I get these cars and then I can make videos and we can, you know, share. You can share your opinions with me in the comments. You can always leave a tiny thumbs up and show me that, well, you've appreciated my efforts. So I really like that, this kind of community that's starting to build up slowly but surely. So I'll just ask you one thing: if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. And that's it for me today, guys. So I thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.